Urgent Just One reaction. This is No Time for Breakfast by channel Incognito mode. Yes, another I guess in the field type of video. That's what this channel is about, I guess, from now. So yeah. Okay, who's the guest? Does it say? I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's watch it. No time for breakfast. What is the topic? Usually you can just, it's like topic is very clear. I don't understand this one.
Object sponsor video. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Spies.
006. AA battery.
Spy?
Alright, you are a spy.
No, I'm not.
And you work for the
Australian Security Services. The ASS.
Like, obviously, the ASS, they are up there in the same league as...
Even if somebody actually creates a service not thinking about like how it's gonna sound, right? And then they realize like it's called like ASS, and they're still like so pedantic they don't even see that until people start to make fun of it. That would be so fucking hilarious.
The CIA, the FBI,
Men in Black. Men in Black 2.
The agents from the Matrix. So, what do you do if, let's say, you're in your commercial flight, you're in coach, because, we don't want you to stand out,
The government famously does not splash out.
It's fucking what for a flight on Qantas?
That's Anthony Albanese, personally.
So, you're flying to Iceland. So, what
Sounds
are you
cold.
What are you wearing? You're a spy, right? What do you wear?
Tuxedo.
That's immediately perfect answer. Yep.
Yeah, but with black shorts so people don't get suspicious.
All right. Dress shoes?
No shoes.
Okay. Now, I'm the sexy air hostess.
Yeah, see, I think what they're thinking of James Bond. James Bond is not much of a spy, let's be honest, right? He's like, considered spy because that's misconception, right? He's more, spies usually are like someone who implements themselves in some organization or somewhere, and they break it from inside or whatever the task is, right? James Bond is someone who basically, it's like more like an assassin type of guy. I don't know, who basically doesn't implement himself in the, whatever it is, like organization or something. But he's just so skillful. He goes there, sabotage something. He's saboteur, if anything else, right? So, that won't be spy. But if it's truly a spy, right, something like tuxedo wouldn't work. Like, that's as flashy as it can be, informal. Like, you don't want that. You don't want attention on yourself.
Okay.
Drinks? Snacks, anyone? Drinks? Snacks? And then I get up to you, and then I go, this one's on the house, sir. And I hand you a packet of peanuts, and it's wrapped in a napkin.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, you didn't order any peanuts.
Or a napkin.
And inside, there's a small micro tape.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And so you put it in your
mouth.
Phone.
Okay, yeah, that makes...
I don't know why I find it hilarious. There's actually recording like with a screen recorder. And he's actually using this editor like Photoshop, and you can see his tools, right? It's not refined, right? You could have easily made this more refined and just make it an animation rather than showing us, oh, look at that, I'm using Photoshop. But he's just showing like, I'm so fucking lazy, I'm not going to do that. Right? That's the charm of it.
Makes more sense.
And then it starts playing and it goes, ba, 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 ba. Many kudos.
It's playing. I'm not even wearing headphones.
You're an elite spy with the ASS.
Speakers.
And
I pull my AirPods out, and they're out of charge. Only the left one works for some reason.
We've got a mission for you right now. You're on your way to Iceland.
I'm well aware. I say out loud.
Your mission, if you choose to accept it, which we believe you have because you're already on the flight, is to assassinate the president of Iceland. They did 9/11. There was a new one, the Triple Towers. So you gotta take him out. This thing will self-destruct. I hope you didn't like that fucking phone or have any important photos on it or nothing.
No! I had Lord of the Rings, Return of the King with Chinese hard-coded subs.
So, what do you do?
It's definitely legitimate call.
Landed in Iceland.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I'm still in the sky.
Okay. What do you do?
I order my drink.
Yes, sir. What would you like?
Glass of Heineken. Shaken, not stirred.
Okay. The hostess starts shaking the can at arm's length.
Soda.
It goes everywhere. That'll be $12, sir.
Put it on the ASS card, I say.
Okay.
All right, so I land in Iceland. I get off the plane. I go up to the first Icelandic-looking person I can find.
Yep.
I say, oui, where is your El Presidente?
And they go, oh, well, he's up on the top of the hill. It's a big igloo at the top.
Je m'appelle. And I pat his head and I walk away, as is custom in Iceland.
And so begins your mission. But first, let's do a little ad time. Have you heard about Opera GX?
I bet every time somebody basically speaks native language like that, right? As soon as they leave, they'll be like, oh, what a douchebag. Just speak English, man. You don't need to do that.
Everybody knows that I'm a gamer and my favorite game is Lego Island 2. I play the multiplayer patch. But oh no, the game is lagging. Sandra, what's happening?
Your browser isn't optimized for gaming.
Oh, if only it was. But it's not, alas.
Opera GX.
What, the lady from television?
No, Mo, it's a brand new web browser that allows you to control all sorts of things.
Wow, I can turn down the CPU usage, the
right.
RAM,
I must
even
load
the
it,
download
yeah.
speed with my browser. That way I can run it in tandem with all of my gaming. I'm so excited I might just say a gamer word. Mexicans. I can say Mexicans. Why can't I say Mexican, Sandra? Keep that in. The G stands for gangster, Sandra. And the X stands for keeping it real. I can connect my Twitch. I can connect my Discord. I can even connect my Facebook Messenger and talk to very old relatives. Don't mind that. That's just Grandma saying hello. Light mode, dark mode, fruity de mer, more Mexican stuff. It's also got animated backgrounds. And I'll tell you what, they've got this thing called the GX Corner. You get free games, you get a bunch of deals and stuff, and you've got a release calendar date. It's brilliant. Use our link to get Opera GX, and it has a feature that displays all the new videos from us.
Not only that, Mo, but you can go to the Opera GX mod store and install our special mod.
Look at this amazing wallpaper and theme. What else does it do?
This is what the background music sounds like. Isn't it great?
Oh, look what the sound it makes when I type on the keyboard. That won't get annoying.
Open a new tab.
All this and more.
Wow.
And not only
All
that,
this and
you can
more.
enable or disable all of these elements, or here's Moist Criticals one. You can fiddle with that and have a weird ad mixture. Look, we had a baby. But hold on, Sandra. I'm so loyal to my old browser, and it's got all my previous bookmarks and stuff.
Just import them all, and you can even import
Old browser, and it's got
The hell's a bionicle?
all my previous bookmarks and stuff.
them all, and you can even import your passwords and cookies.
Lady from the television has really thought of everything. I've got my wallet, Sandra, and I am headed out the door right now to go buy this new browser.
Wait a minute, Mo. It's free, and you can just download it from operagx.gg/incognito mode.
Also, they've got a pretty good social media. It just shitposts all day long. So go to operagx.gg/incognito mode. Add over. Back to the mission. All right, so what kind of gadgets do you have with you?
Give me a... Wait, you're my cue.
This is a flashback.
Ah,
Mr. Plutos. As you see, we have plenty of gadgets. Come, let us tour the facility. And there's all sorts of quirky things happening in the background. All right, what gadgets can I make for you?
Give me a gun that can shoot tiny bullets.
Right, how small? How small are the bullets?
It's like a mill.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was just gonna say, give me a gun, and then just stop there. Like, fuck it, that's the gadget I want. That's the...
millimeter across, but it's still a normal sized gun.
Okay.
It's got a really thin barrel.
Right,
It's
but
like-
the idea is you can have like 400 bullets in there.
No, it doesn't fit that many. It fits
You can't be the
six.
world's worst spy. You got to have something
no,
practical.
No, it makes sense because it's really quiet because it's small.
All right.
But just the barrel's really thin, but it's like really thick metal. So I've got
All right.
that.
What else have you got? What else you got?
I've got a...
Yeah, pretty sure there's like, .22 caliber, right? Yeah, that's the BB gun caliber, isn't it? Like, that's the smallest one, I don't know.
an umbrella with a poison dart tip in it.
Oh, that's quite good. Yeah. What else you got?
I'm just, you know what? Not even poison. It just injects water, but you can, you die if you get water in your bloodstream. So I'll just do that.
That's definitely not true.
It is. Wait, isn't it?
No, what do you think a saline drip is?
Okay, air. It blows air into your bloodstream. That kills you.
All right, so you've walked
I think he's thinking of air bubble. He thinks like, what? No, it's air bubble, right? Like you can just basically take a syringe and basically pull it air and inject it. Yeah, that would be fucked up. Like heart attack. Like it's done.
You got a bike pump.
In an umbrella. It's like pressurized at all times. Because if you get air in your bloodstream, it hits your heart and you fucking die.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so it does that.
I mean, you
no
gotta
trace.
you got to hit the vein, and there's definitely a trace. But yeah.
No, not the way I do it.
All right, Mr. Kudos, those are some pretty mid gadgets. Let me show you some of what the Gadget Master has been working on. So, here, what looks like a regular...
With the injection, I just like, it made me think like, okay, why you don't do specific shit, right? If you want to hurt somebody, like people are like, this is like cyanide, this and that. Like if you just want to kill them, I don't know, just fill it with hot sauce and stuff, but just basically, put somebody's vein or something. I'm pretty sure that's going to kill them as well. Many things can kill us, basically, right? If we just inject it in our vein, which is not safe, like anything. Hot sauce, I'm pretty sure that's going to be fatal. I don't know.
Ballpoint pen.
I pick it up and I go to click it.
Careful with it. Don't click it. You click this pen once, makes a very satisfying sound, doesn't it? Yes, you could do this all day long with a pen like this. Irresistible to man. As soon as you hand this off to someone, they'll be immediately distracted for the next 15 minutes, just feeling that satisfying ka-thunk noise every time.
Brilliant. Does it have like a gun in it or a poison or...
The haptic feedback in this pen is just so satisfying, you cannot possibly stop. Look, an ordinary wristwatch, perhaps, Mr. Kudos.
A Rolex. You know me too well.
Yes,
It's broken.
well,
It doesn't
why
tell you
don't
the
you
time.
press that button there?
This isn't going to be another one of your satisfying pen gimmicks, is it?
Put the watch back down, Mini Kudos. This other watch, though.
Okay. Another Rolex, indistinguishable from the previous. So that the movie editors doesn't have to download a new PNG.
Yes, well, synchronizes perfectly with Icelandic time.
The time in Iceland.
I want Bond or whatever. Wherever there's like this is a Rolex, and then it just like it's not a Rolex because it has all this LED shit in it. So I just want to say, so you just said it's Rolex, but it's a knockoff. Like what? It's just like it's not real.
And it's currently 1 a.m.
Ah, look, your company issued credit card.
It has
Yes.
a razor sharp tip that you can use to throw at people.
Oh yeah, I
And
like that Ninja Star credit card. Yeah.
And it's loaded with $60 in prepaid funds.
Well, by the time you get off,
Yeah. So basically, it could have gone something like, it has some kind of chip in it that basically causes blackout and all system around you, or something like watchdogs or some shit, some technological thing like that. Oh no, you can throw at people like a fucking what is this shooting star, whatever that ninja thing is.
the flight, it'll be 48. But check out these cufflinks. We've been working very hard on.
What do they do?
Well,
stab
if you
people.
squeeze your left cufflink, it stops time. But only temporarily.
I don't think I'll need that one, Q. That seems a bit low grade as far as your gadgets go. All I need is 5 pounds of American lead.
Also, one
All the shitty gadget and one that fucking stops time. Like, yeah, that tracks.
last thing. Over here, I have a device for you just when you get kidnapped. Well, after this whole setup thing.
Wait, what?
Yes, it's Bertie Bott's Every Emotion McNuggets. Perhaps you should take a 20-pack?
Is this one moldy or just green?
That is the feeling of pure envy distilled. See this red one? That makes people angry. See this blue one? That makes them sad.
What does this polka dot one make you feel?
Racist.
Oh. I'm not sensing any change.
So we can't explain it, but some people are immune. Perfect. Okay. Mr. Kudos, you're
I'm not
walking
sensing
up
any
to
change.
the presidential igloo. Now what?
It was
Just
racist
scope
all
it out
along.
First of all.
Right? That's a good idea. It's like a number one thing in the handbook. They're like, always plan ahead.
Yeah, I pull out my Q phone, which is like the iPhone,
Yeah.
the one that Q designed,
Oh, I like that. Yep.
and I'm gonna Google President of Iceland.
I installed the Facebook Messenger app on there, by the way, so that we can just keep in touch. Bing. Hey, how's the mission going? Smiley face.
Good. And then I use the thumbs up, and then I set my nickname to be something so it's not my real name, so no one will know. But anyway, I Google.
I mean, imagine that if they actually did that, like use actual social media to do all this shit. basically someone like Zuckerberg can spy on the spies, basically. That would be so weird as shit.
Prison of Iceland, and then I search Prison of Iceland house, and then after that I search ways into Prison of Iceland house.
Oh, that's a good one. By the way, there's one more little hidden gadget. with it.
Google
So
will
you
give
may
you
notice
guide how
that
to
you are
assassinate.
wearing one of those Akubra hats. Press this little button on the side. The corks with the strings drop down.
Oh.
A little something to remind you of home. Okay, so you are now outside the president of Iceland's house. So,
All right.
what do you do? How do you take this guy out?
Are there any guards blocking the main entrance?
There are 2 guards outside the building and 2 more guards that look suspiciously like snowmen, but you can't be sure.
All right, well, I'm going to sneak up on these snow they thems, and I'm going to karate chop one of them on the neck.
That's lethal.
Not the way I do it.
Oh, okay.
So I do that.
Yeah, just snow.
I look at the other one and I do a backhanded karate chop.
Also, turns out to just be snow. I should have known from the carrot.
Okay, I dive into a bush. I scratch my chin and say, oui. How am I going to get myself out of this one?
All right, you're now in a bush. You suddenly overhear.
Yeah, so seriously, I mean, in this one, back and forth, they, improvise. And I guess he already knows that because he's been in many videos like this. So he has this new system where he can just say, like, not the way I do it, to counteract whatever internet student says. That's so brilliant, right? Because things escalate somewhat, right? And other one can basically change your situation. But you can just say, not the way I do it.
Here on the radio.
Oh, we got 2 snowmen down. High alert.
Now, the 2 guards out the front go to check up on Snow Team SEAL 6, right? The 2 guards are down. You can now go right through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. So you're busting through there. Boom.
Yep, I pull out my gun with the very noticeably thin barrel.
So you scan the room. It is not what you think. There is no president of Iceland. Instead, there is a different president. The president of Australia is there on the ground and he is dead.
I didn't do this. I would never do this unless I wanted to or it was convenient.
And then suddenly,
Oh, high alert, high alert.
a bunch of Icelandic guards come rushing into the room. Oh my God, he's killed the president of Australia. You are taken in to custody.
Okay.
We're gonna have some questions for you, Mr. Kudos. And then they pull out the microchip from behind your ear. And then,
No!
yeah, it's like now it's all like radio silent. And then you got like no contact with ASS anymore, right? So the screen goes dark. And we cut to like a week later.
Yeah.
And you're in
Okay, what is that? Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol? Right, that's the story. Right, everybody gets burned or something.
a basement somewhere. You're tied to a chair. You're half naked.
Which half?
The left half.
No, not lefty.
And there's a man who's going to question you. Mr. Kudos, you will talk eventually. We can keep you here for months, maybe years.
Casino Royale scene.
Why did you do it? Why did you kill the Prime Minister of Australia? Ha 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 ha. He's maniacally laughing, right?
I'm going to say, you're never going to get me to talk.
Now, what are you going to do? How are you going to get out of this sticky situation and redeem your name?
Okay, describe this room for me.
It is a dark basement. You are tied with a fairly loose rope to a wooden chair, and your hands are tied behind your back.
Okay, what gadgets do I have?
Is it James Bond or Indiana Jones? Because that's really confusing at that shit with the hat and everything.
On me, if any?
They have taken your gun.
Yeah. Is this the one with the very,
That's the
very
one.
thin
You've got
barrel?
the bike pump umbrella. You've got the pen that goes kathunk, and you've got the 20-pack of Bertley whatever's every emotion McNuggets.
All right. I'm going to say, please, whatever you do, don't scratch the part of my head where this button on the Akubra hat is.
Oh, really?
Yes, please. What do you can pull my fingernails. You can pull my balls. You can pull my ball nails, but whatever you do, don't touch the spot on my hat.
Looks like you're too late, Mr. Kudos, as I am pressing it now. Bing.
All of the corks fall out, and I say,
Hatched to meet you.
"G'day, mate!" And I whip my head so fast that the corks whip him in the face.
Womp womp. It's a 3. Oh, my eye and the bridge of my nose. But actually, I'm fine.
Shit.
Yeah, you
Tabletop
ain't
game
going
now.
nowhere.
I was kind of hoping that the corpse would like kill him in some way.
No, it's slightly. It bumped me right on the cornea, but I'm okay now. Anyway, and I grab a crowbar. You'll pay for that, Mr. Kudos. As I begin.
I also hate to see beautiful wooden furniture damaged.
You've already played that card, Mr. Kudos. And
I
I
hate when-
fell for it, and you got me right in the eye. It really hurt.
Okay, but no, that was before.
Yeah, we'll talk about the candies. Those candies are so delicious. I would not eat them. Whatever shit like that. Play psychological game. Have you eat like racist candy or something?
That was for that reason.
Feels
This
like
new
there's something
reason,
in there now.
This new reason is not anything like that.
Who do you work for, Mr. Kudos?
Okay, I'll tell you anything, but please, my only request is that
YouTube?
you give me one of the beautiful chicken McNuggets that I have in my satchel over there. But whatever you do, don't eat one yourself. I want all of them for myself.
Oh, really?
Please, the
Oh,
brownish
really?
green ones are my favorite. Whatever you do, don't eat that one, sir. Please give it to me instead.
Don't you know where you are? This is the place where I'm really mean to people. Boy, did that backfire. And then, anyway, I'm going to roll the dice and... Alright, 16. Oh, guess I'll eat that specific McNugget then.
Not that one.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Wow, I should have really eaten that with some sauce or something. These things are terrible dry.
Looks like you fell right into my trap. That nugget instills you with an intense fear of social interaction and general anxiety.
Oh no, I ate the shyness nuggie?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
a
But
social
here's the
media
thing,
cookie.
everything you do feels uncomfortable.
Stop
This whole
looking at me.
interaction is awkward. You're doing so many social faux pas right now. How are you ever going to live this one down?
He's half naked and I accidentally looked at one of his nipples for slightly too long. I wonder if he's
I
thinking
bet they're
about
gonna-
the fact that I was looking at it.
I bet all the other torturers are talking about you in a group chat that they have that you're not
Would
in.
it be okay if I turned you around while I torture so that we don't have to look at each other?
That would be fine. Just unbolt this chair and I'll stand up and turn around.
Okie dokie. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh,
Come on,
okay.
you're taking too long. This is starting to get weird. A good torturer would have done this by now.
Oh, okay. And then, alright, so we untied him. Now what?
Like, I'm going to run backwards and smash into him with the chair in the hopes that the chair kind of like breaks in the process.
Okay, let's roll the dice. It does not work. You bounce right off.
Okay, so, is the door open?
Yes. All right, so you go running out. You're out of there now. You're beep, beep, beep. Alarms are going off. You got to get out of there, Mr. Kudos.
All right, I look around. So we're in Iceland. I imagine there is some ice. Is there like a slick patch of ground?
There is.
All right, I'm going to run at it. I'm going to waddle as fast as I can in the chair. Then I'm going to jump and land sideways and then
Hell.
skid as fast
I want to say that's absurd, but let's be honest, that's how Hollywood scripts are. So yeah, fuck it.
as I can using the side of the chair.
Very
Oh, that's quite
convenient.
good. And then two guards come running up, and you have a McNugget in each hand, and you go, and they go boom, right in each of their mouths.
And they can't help but chew and swallow. Which two nuggets were they specifically?
One was the intense desire to kiss, and the other one was the intense desire not to kiss. Now the guards are fighting.
Fighting over kisses.
Stop it, I don't want to, Greg. I would really like to, Steve. They're
Not to-
distracted, and you just go sliding right by. You grab one of their guns on the way out, too.
The thing about Icelandic guards, and a lot of people know this, their holsters are around their ankles.
Yep, and then so you got that, and you're sliding right out of there. Now what are you gonna do?
I'm going to shoot the gun behind me to use the
Yeah.
force to ping myself down the hall.
Oh yeah. When like the tanks fire their guns backwards to go drive faster.
This,
Wait, hold on.
this doesn't have
I'm gonna
that
roll a
kind of
dice.
recoil. Not a magnum. Man,
Oh
come
my
on.
god, you got a perfect 20.
Yes!
All right. Yes. Well, you natural 20. Not only do you fire the gun backwards and it works, the bullets will ricochet off the walls, hit the bottom of the chair leg, and give you even more momentum, sending you sailing out of the third-story window
It's
of
a
the
good
building.
game, man. It's turned to tabletop game.
Falling
Is
through
good.
the air, land on the ground, on the feet of the chair, they break, and you land in a karate stance uninjured. Now what, Mr. Cruz? Also, for monetization, somehow inexplicably you got half your clothes back.
I reach into the tuxedo and I pull out. I think you already know what I'm going to say. I pull out the pistol, which I would like to point out has an exceptionally thin barrel.
Right. And what pun do you say?
I say, ice cock, bro, and then I cock the gun.
Oh, yeah, that's quite good.
I have to do it very gently because the really cannot stress how thin the barrel is. It could just snap at like
Sick
a
of hearing about this
sneeze.
stupid gun. I'm rolling a dice. It's a 10.
That's
I'm
middling.
gonna say that it causes the gun to bend.
Fuck. Okay, so now I've got a 45-degree hook to it,
Yeah,
which I
you
can
get-
now use to shoot around corners.
All right. So now what? So you have been set up to kill the president of Australia, and now you've
I like how it restaurant like, oh god, I thought this would ruin him. Actually giving him some kind of a fucking edge to it or something.
got to get some intel to prove that you were set up, and then you got to, get revenge or something.
This country was built on checks and balances, and the only way I can balance one president's death is with another.
There must be a clue or something.
Yes, I'm going to go back to the scene of the crime because here's the thing. Nobody expects that the killer would go back to the scene of the crime. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to hoof it over to where the President of Australia, presumably, has still just been left.
Yeah. So you go back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Now, on the ground, you see something very peculiar. A pen with a very satisfying ka-thunk sound.
It's cute.
Only one other person had access to such a device.
Someone who could only be viewed through wibbly-wavy flashback vision.
Uh-huh. That's right.
What the fuck? Hold on. Are you telling me?
Da-dun, da-dun, the setup. What a twist. Never saw it coming. Oh, how's the mission going, buddy?
All right, I need to hoof it back.
Ah, it seems you've figured out my plans, Mr. Kudos. Very
Okay, what
astute
plan?
of you. Kathunk? How very astute of you, Mr. Kudos, to have figured it out. Sorry, I didn't have breakfast. I'm just catching up now.
But why, Q? You made gadgets for my wedding. You made gadgets for my kids' births. You helped me conceive.
Well, I wasn't going to betray you, Mr. Kudos, but then someone gave me a shiny $100 bill, and every man has his temptation. And what will you do about it? Kathunk. But what if you took a look at these swimming goggles? And then I throw them, and then when they land near you, they go up in a puff of nerve gas, and you have to roll out of the way.
I'm going to die behind an Icelandic snowmobile made of gold.
You know what I like about that is like everything has to be some kind of a, disguise, right? Like at that point, might as well just throw an actual fucking gas can. Like, why do you need a goggles? That is a fucking gas canister in itself. But yeah, fuck it, everything has to be disguised.
You sure are good at ducking and weaving, Mr. Kudos. Maybe you should take the time to smell the roses, and then he just throws some roses. They turn into missiles, and they go flying towards you.
I'm going to dive behind 38 unique
I thought it was squirt
wigs.
water or
Well,
something.
Mr. Kudos, looks like you've dodged twice now. In all seriousness, would you like a stick of gum? No tricks.
I don't know if I trust this man, but I didn't get to brush my teeth this morning. I walk gingerly towards Q, and I reach out to get
You're
a
gonna
stick
go
of
for
gun.
it. You're gonna. Q's there with like absolute surprise on his face. You're gonna grab the stick of gum.
That's the least
Okay.
thing he expects.
Here you go. You grab the stick of gum, and once you pull it,
And
Wait,
what about
here's
the
the
last
thing.
one, man?
right?
Flashback. I'm behind the 38 wigs. I take the pistol.
Right.
I place it down my pants, and I'll remind you that it was bent previously at 45 degrees. I place it down my pants in my gooch area so that the barrel is now pointing upwards.
Oh,
Flash forward back to present day. I go to reach towards the gum. I say, hold on, Q. I've actually just got a bit of an itchy ballsack. Should we've all been there? And I scratch my
I
perineum.
understand, Mr. Kudos. Go on.
That was everywhere.
Scratch it if you must. It will be the last thing you ever do.
Wait, why? I thought we just had
Because
some
once
gum.
you grab this stick of gum, it will explode.
Well, anyway, and I do a behind, not a front scratch, a rear scratch, and I fiddle around until I find the trigger.
Boy, he's
and I
really
pull
getting
it.
up in there, isn't he?
It's a really deep itch.
A gunshot goes off. Huh. You've got me right in the heart. Q falls to the ground. Dead.
They said 1 millimeter wouldn't be enough.
I underestimated the caliber of man that you really were, Mr. Kudos.
And then I lean over and I blow the smoke out of the barrel. And I walk off into the sunset.
Da, 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 da. You know, otherwise, I imagine Mr. Kudos gets on the back of his motorcycle and his girl jumps on the back too, and off
And
they go.
it's the air hostess from earlier. She was actually on my side the whole time.
Oh yeah, inexplicably, somehow she was. And you both go riding off into the sunset.
That's it.
Do not forget,
Alright. Not gonna lie, it's a good parody type of shit, right? It would work. If somebody made animated or even a fucking movie out of that, that would be fucking awesome. This was good, man, right? Their improvisation was good this time. Especially the gun thing, right? They just used like, oh, bad gun, I can use this. But well, that was the No Time for Breakfast. Or No Time to Die. Oh, now it makes sense. No Time for Breakfast. But that's channel Incognito more. If you like my next video, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time.